But here's what I'm thinking we do. Diamond Tier 1, we're about to hit the exquisite mythics. I'm just going to do some calm-ass, chill-ass, Jeskai Cycling goodness. Hey, Cathead SC2, good to see you both in the Age of Empires 2 streams and here with us today. Scipio says, I would much rather streamers delay release when they know their product needs more development time rather than crunch the devs and launch in a buggy and unfinished state. Yeah, I don't want to go live with any bugs at, in 3 hours, does everyone know what's happening? Do I keep this? It's a Yorian list. I think we chuck it. I think we need to get these down. That's probably the one. Yeah, at 6 p.m., we are going to be doing a showcase of the student games from the Tokyo University of the Arts Graduate School for Film and New Media's GEIDEI Games program. GEIDEI, which is... GEIDEI just means the Tokyo University of the Arts, has a brand new graduate program for games. And as you might imagine, I am excited about graduate programs for games because I did a graduate programs for games. I went to the USC School of Cinematic Arts. So yeah, they've created a games program. And normally at the end of the year you do like, you know, an exhibition where you get to excitedly showcase the work that you did over the course of the last year, 6 months, or whatever. But of course, because of COVID, that wasn't possible. Hence the online exhibition where we're going to be checking out their website, where we're going to be checking out... let's see. I want to do this, and I do want to tap the blue. I think this is right. Oof. Oof. We're going to be showcasing the website where you can check out you can check out the games. You can check out the games that we're going to be looking at. You can check out the games that other students have worked on. You can check out the collaborations between USC, my alma mater, and Tokyo University of the Arts. Shit! Goodbye. And then we're going to be playing through the game and answering any and all questions that people have about what it be like to be in a graduate program for games. I love this Jeskai Cycling deck. I love this Jeskai Cycling deck. It's so good. AC Ostra says, whereabouts is the school? It's at the Tokyo University of the Arts. In what I assume is Tokyo. Now, to be clear, Tokyo is kind of big. I don't really know how to specify any more accurately than that. Good thing, you can just go there and check it out. Okay, Wilson said, have you read Blue Period? Revolves around the university's art program. I've never heard of it. So let's play Rielle, which is a good way to get a little card game. Doop. Doop. Oh, ACF says, oh, you didn't hear me say Tokyo School of the Arts. You thought I said the Token School of the Arts. Yeah, it's in Tokyo. So it's in Taito City? Yeah, okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm incorrect. Maybe it's crazy for me to have assumed the Tokyo University of the Arts is in Tokyo. AEL1 says, usually a YouTube viewer since I'm European, but it's nice to join the streams when I can. AEL1, it's a pleasure to have you here. Alright. Do we give him an extra turn? I think I just want to die more slowly, and I don't care as much about card advantage. Also, this is just like the Rochester Institute of Technology is in Henrietta, New York. It's pretty fun.
Let fire rage within your heart.
Simlux says, has anyone ever been to Europe? Oh, I've been to Europe lots of times. Oodles and oodles and oodles. Scheme says, I went to RIT. Well, that's dope. I think that we've lost. You know what? Let's give it to him. Alright, so I think I'm supposed to take out these guys. So this. Maybe we'll keep in Rielle. This is right. Who needs wins when you have Desperado? Oh, God, she's such a good cat. She's such a good cat. Echo 360. I just Googled to find out what GEIDEI is, and what do I see? A Day 9 video from September 2020. Yeah, baby. But gosh, man, I'm actually feeling pretty garbagey. You know, I remember having a discussion with Eric about, like, you know, instead of doing work for 6 months straight and then take a week off and then work for another 6 months straight and then take Christmas off, I should do more regular break times off. And I don't mean like huge ones. I just mean like taking a Friday, maybe a Thursday and a Friday. Because the thing is that as a streamer, I don't take any holidays, period. Like, if it's Columbus Day, it's whatever. If it's President's Day or Labor Day, I'm still alive, you know. This'll do, pig. And goodbye, it was good to see you. So I'm going to try to focus enough for the GEIDEI Games Showcase. Man, I'm just feeling my brain is sludgy as a brain can be. Irrefutable Arbiter says, I was watching on an old stream on YouTube yesterday, and you were talking about not taking enough breaks then, too. Yep. Yep. Embrace the brain sludge. J Pants 33. Uh-oh. Oh, you want a ramp? Is that what we're going to do here, huh? I think I actually need to do this first to hit the land, because if I don't, that's really bad. Afternoon coffee time. You know, Makio, sorry, I'm feeling funky and bizarre enough. I don't like to drink coffee if I'm just feeling off and not good. If I'm sleepy, great, you know. Drink some coffee. But when I'm just feeling low on sleep and cranky and grumpy. When I'm in that sort of situation, I find that if I drink coffee, I both stay tired and just feel very, 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 very anxious. Natara says, you were my teenage hero. Glad to see you're still doing well, man. Well, thanks, Natara. Hope to be your adult hero as well. It's all about the water for mood enhancement. Yeah, that's what I should do. I should drink a shitload of water, man. Did Villain miss on land? Oh, yes. You love to see it. I think I'm supposed to end a turn, cycle Boon of the Wish Giver, and try to hit another cycler. You can feel tired with more energy with coffee. Sort of says anxiety is the worst. I'm struggling with some rough anxiety at the moment. Yeah, I'm both terribly sorry to hear that, and yeah, no, me too. Because it's kind of funny. A lot of times when I'm like, things feel incredible. Everything's amazing. A lot of times when I'm really humming along and getting a lot of work stuff done and a lot of great things in that regard, I find I just have these spikes of anxiety because I'm working too much. So I need to be a little bit more, like, preemptive. Whoopsie daisies. Yeah, because... Jesus. I'm having that sort of low thrum of anxiety today, too. I want to do a good job for GEIDEI at 6. Because, oh my gosh, the GEIDEI games people are just... They are just wonderful. You know that? Yeah, I'll counter this. They are terrific. Just the best. I think I actually do wish to play this instead of trying to run out the, instead of trying to hold it back, because I think it's valuable to try to chew through one thing with a Mystic Dispute and then the big thing with the Disdainful Stroke. I'm going to do this because my opponent has seen the Mystic Dispute. I mean, it's really Emergent Ultimatum that we care about. I think we're okay with this, right? Well, we gotta just chill, huh? It's chillin' time for day 9. Binding of the Old Gods. Maybe that's right. Maybe that's wrong. Oh, Ghost Stalker, I think that's an amazing little post. I love that little post. Nice! Go Rielle! Go Rielle! Hunter on Twitch says, I'm also generally feeling poopy since... I think I do negate this one. Or... Divine Disdainfulness. Have you picked back to exercise back up yet? Depends on what you mean by exercise. But, I just walked a few miles. I walk almost every day thanks to my baby girl bone eyes. Like the gym, no gyms open around here, Apo Koala. Not unless I want to be incredibly risky. I mean, like, the state of things in Los Angeles are kind of weird, kind of bizarre. Where it's like, technically, there are things that are open, but, like, I'm not gonna go to one of these things that has, like, you know... Let me phrase it this way. There are places that are desperate to just be open. And are not as concerned about necessarily the safety. And all I need is for one person to slightly disobey the rules. For me to get sick. And I don't want to do that. Yeah. Yeah, Apo Koala, I'm not necessarily saying I'm unsure how to feel better. Does anyone have any advice or one of those sorts of things? I'm rather just kind of suggesting that I'm feeling kind of like garbage this week. And I'm fully aware that, like, you know, exercise is really helpful, especially if you're working really, really hard, you know, stuff like that. Well, the Negate's out of the bag. Not that that matters to me at all. And also, like, I just have had horrific sleep this week. This week, a sleep has been bad. It has just been so bad. Yeah, so, I mean... There's also one of those things where, like, I'm an organism. And as an organism... No matter how much I exercise or meditate or use a helpful app to help get me in the right mindset, at some point, literally doing nothing is something that my body needs to do, you know what I mean? Okay, I don't think there's anything that's, well... But yeah, no, I mean, it's actually kind of funny, because Apo Qual, I've known you a super long time, and you're a lovely human. And we're just sort of reacting to what I was saying. It's totally not any of this is being said about you. But one of the things that's kind of interesting is how often someone will have some kind of experience that worked for them in some particular isolated incident. And when you have several thousand people all trying to give their own take on... Alright, bang bang. Fuck, I was so close. When everyone's like giving you their own take, there winds up being this sort of like, I don't know, it's like this weirdness of like, Sean, look, you need to get up and exercise extremely hard, meditate, work on a personal project, home cook an extremely healthy meal, do a full broadcast, and when that's done, only consume media that you could later potentially monetize. And that's the way it's done. And I'm sort of just like, when do I eat? When do I sleep? And again, I'm not pointing to you specifically in this regard. I think I have to take the risk. Shit. May as well try to get the extra mana. That's bad. You know, I'm not saying this to you specifically, but it's really kind of fascinating how, in the last 3 years specifically, the frequency with which I will say, man, I'm tired. And I get some sort of answer that's like, here's how to min-max tiredness. As opposed to, yeah, people get tired and you should just rest. It's kind of interesting how I've been seeing. Lack of time devoted to doing nothing. Even self-care stuff. People are like, you should practice self-care. What they're actually saying is, here's a whole bunch of work that you need to do now. Like... I'm increasing... I was talking to... I was actually talking to Ghosty about this. I'm a believer now in the medium effort hour. Not like I'm going to work super productively for 5 hours, but like I'm going to just be medium productive for like 5 hours. I think I'm forced to do this because it'll get removed from my hand next turn anyways. I tried to right-click to cancel it, but it's kind of like whatever. So if it says, Shonda, what are you thinking about AoE 2 up until now? I've been watching on YouTube and I'm currently on episode 5 out of 10, so a little behind. Yeah, and I don't remember how the episoding is done because I experience my content as days, and I've done 4 days. And then it gets chopped up based upon my breaks. So I don't know if you're on day 2 or 3. But, like, I would say I'm enjoying Age of Empires 2 quite a lot, and I intend to play more. There's things that I like a lot about it. There's things that I don't like as much. Like, I find the unit-to-unit combat to not be as compelling as other games. This is my cat, Desperado. Oh. Alright, well, that's good. If Ari Joker can only... It's already been a Shadow's Verdict cast. Oh my god. Oh. This bodes incredibly well. This bodes incredibly well because remember, Ari Joker used an Extinction Event and a Shadow's Verdict and an Elder Gargaroth, right? Has used all these things, and then instead of Emergent Ultimatuming last turn, Ari Joker just Yorian Sky Nomaded. Despy on stream is my self-care. There it is, Jimbo Malol. Jimbo Malloy! Albatross at Time says, I want to make an RTS set in an office building where the units are office workers and you are competing against rival offices. Oh, shit. I'm getting close to being able to dome Ari Joker for $1 billion. That's a very smart play. I kind of feel like this is the correct choice. My reasoning is my opponent clearly has lots of power cards. Clearly. And the only reason my opponent would ever try to go for Seagate Restoration is because my opponent is missing power cards. So I think for that reason, I'm basically saying I would rather exchange a substantial pile of life and try to grind you out later on. If our Joker has another Emergent Ultimatum, we obviously instantly lose. But lo and behold, your pal Day 9 has found the play of the day. Cat loaf achieved, yes. She is a perfect furry semi-cylinder. Or hemi-cylinder, excuse me. Damn, I screwed that up. Oh, man. Shadow's Verdict, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Man, oh god, I keep getting these little spikes of anxiety now. This is terrible news. Well, rats. Semi-Hylander? Yeah, I know, I screwed it up. I just need to let the adrenaline flow through me. Where did you get Despian Sheriff? Just at a cat shelter. Alright. See, look, I think I really did a good play by bidding this, I don't know where it is, by preventing my opponent from drawing a pile of cards. I think this is the play to guarantee that I have rotated potatoes. Very nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. God, Jed, hope you feel better. Man, thanks, J-Pants. Is Despy short for Desperado? It sure is, Zephit. It sure is. So let me do the Flourishing Fox. That's good. Nice. And this is ideal. I would like to ideally keep Boon of the Wishgiver in the hand. I think drawing 4 cards is good here. Yeah, that's fine. I don't think I'm winning this game if we go on for a long time, so I'm just going to keep on trying to smash in. Begging Dustin, did anyone see that Game 5 of Hidden Cup between John and Leloy? I didn't actually wind up seeing that, but I know that Hidden Cup has been going on for like a bazillion hours a day. Like, what the hell? It's been going on for so long. I mean, that thing was just up and running since 7 a.m. and it was like on at 10 p.m. on Thursday, like at all hours of the day at all points in time. I don't know how they marathon cast it. Well, I mean, like, it's very chatty. It's really great. Yeah, what happened in the game? What happened? Because I had some people tweet that at me as well. It appears that we are threatening Ari Joker with death. I'm good because the game went to post-Imperial and was so back and forth. You mean it went to the trash age? After that, in Age of Empires, you start out in the Dark Age. You go to the Feudal Age. It gives you access to more advanced technologies, such as horses, crossbows. You get to the Castle Age, which lets you build, as you might have imagined, castles, but also advanced siege weaponry with which to destroy buildings left and right. Then you hit the Imperial Age, rounding out all of the technology, getting you to be able to make trebuchets, incredible upgrades to your warriors and whatnot. And then beyond this is what's known as the Trash Age, where you can no longer afford anything at all. So you make nothing but the worst units in the game. Zephyr says, Ghost Stalker, nice to hear. Feeling fine too. Been working quite a lot this week due to some conference papers we're preparing, but I'm quite motivated, so all good. Seeing Sean on stream is always nice too. Oh yeah. Oh yes. Trash Age is a renaissance then. I think the Trash Age is actually right around 1996. Look. Did you enjoy Age of Empires? I did. I did. You know, I gotta be honest. Like, Age of Empires to me, what do I want to have happen here? Can't win, can I? Nice moves. Charles says, so what's this GEIDEI thing about exactly? Just showing off games made by students, or is there a more specific thing about it? You know, I'm going to say, basically, yeah, that's what it is. It's 6 p.m., which is in about 2 hours and 15 minutes. We are going to be participating in the Tokyo University of the Arts Graduate School for Film and New Media's GEIDEI Games Program Exhibition. Because the basic idea is, in a fine arts school or a new media school or any sort of creative school, you have you typically have like an end-of-year exhibition. Like at USC, we had a little gallery set up, so instead of like paintings being hung on the wall, it was a computer and a VR headset and an interactive motion tracking space. And it's really fun to be able to showcase your project, play other people's projects. There's a little celebration with the faculty. I was the curator for the exhibit for like 2 days, and the exhibit lasted like 2 weeks. And it's really fun to have people come by and be like, oh, what's this? And you're like, oh, this is my project. Right, Despy? I love you so much. It's really nice to be able to have, but because of COVID, can't really do it. Can't really do it. Looks good to me. So because of COVID, you can't really do that. And so what Tokyo University of the Arts did is they created an online game showcase, which is what we're doing at 6 p.m., which is like us getting the opportunity to, oh my god, us getting the opportunity to play through the student games, talk about them, react to them, give all of the students A+s. Anyone who is showcased on this stream, they get an A+. Because I think that's really awesome to be able to showcase your work. Do you wanna discard one of my cards? How about this healer, huh? Discard that if you must. Ugh. Alright, we messed up. So obviously I have a little bit of a bias because I went to the USC School of Cinematic Arts, where I attended the Interactive Media Division. So, you know, I think that games programs are awesome. I love them. And at USC, they did a lot of work with the GEIDEI Games program. Or, excuse me, with GEIDEI, because again, GEIDEI is just Tokyo University of the Arts. That's just what it is. And so, nice. When I heard that they were starting games program, I was really excited. And this is a very, very new program. I believe it's like 2 years old. Very, very fresh. Even though GEIDEI is 130 years old, incredibly old university. Their games program is brand new. So I was thrilled when they reached out to me and asked me to be part of the first exhibition, which you can catch on my YouTube. A What Conquers Death? Who runs this card? I was thrilled when they reached out to me for the first showcase. So what we're going to be doing today... I'm just cycling everything. I don't even care. I'm not even run stuff anymore. I'm winning with this. We're hunting for land. That's why we're cycling so much on our own turn. Okay. Oh. Ow, ow. Why is it saying I don't have the mana? Oh, because of this dumb thing. Show me what you got. Bonk. Bonk. Yeah. I love this deck. Okay, so what do we think is a little bit bad? Probably this, and this, and this, and this. But maybe we run the caskets. Huzzah. And the Doomskars, huh? Maybe? I think that we just crush this deck a lot, so I think it's fine to... I think it's completely fine to just try to make the game go on long, hence the Doomskars. I don't think of Doomskars as, oh, if they're going wide, I can clean it up with a Doomskar. I think of Doomskar as like not something I want to cast early, but something I want to cast to just make the game go on real long. So in other words, against a lot of decks, Jesus, why was it against a lot of decks, I would much rather just be beating the crap out of someone. This deck feels like it would run Elspeth's Nightmare to screw us over. Well, Elspeth's Nightmare only directly affects Zenith's Flare. My goodness, I zoned out. But yes, because GEIDEI created this new games program, I was really excited when they reached out to me and wanted to collaborate on doing a little showcase, because I think student projects are super awesome. Because, I mean, when you're a student, you don't have to worry about not pursuing any idea that's interesting to you, no matter how innovative or how experimental, you can just pursue. And I mean, there's these incredible 3D, or I'm sorry, not 3D, 360 animations. So it's an animation that happens all around you, and you put on a VR headset, so you can sort of like choose what you're looking at. Oh my god, it's incredible. Dude, Irencrag Pyromancers. Flameseeker says no executives telling you your VR games need microtransactions. Well, like, I think microtransactions tends to be one that's a sort of front-facing pain point for a lot of people, because they're like, what the hell? Like, you know, I just... You know, it makes a lot of people just be like, man, what the hell? Like, you know, I want to play a game, etc., etc., etc. But I think that something that is highly under-discussed in the industry, well, I should say on like, community, that one. Am I going crazy? Am I going crazy? Am I going crazy? Am I going crazy? Did you see this? I held it down and hovered over lists, and then I went no and moved here and released, and it did the other one. Are you seeing or seeing or seeing? I did the correct target. You totally did that one. Yeah, I thought I totally did that one. I thought I totally did this one.
Run now, and I might spare your life. Don't you just love the smell of death?
What? Why? Be more constructive with your feedback. I'm going to play this one and try to leave up the Valiant Rescuer. So that way I can Valiant Rescuer Triome. So, I think that something that is under-talked about in communities is not pressure from some suit or pressure from the business side, but just literally pressure from your peers, where you're like, you know, where they're saying, hey, we should really make this kind of game. I'm really interested in this kind of gameplay experience, yada, 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 and I think we should make this. And you have a whole bunch of coworkers who are just going, you know, I appreciate that you think this is a good idea. However, I think that we should just do something a little more tried and true. And this kind of pressure can be really, really challenging when you're trying to develop something, where you're like, no, I want to do something that's really creative and really new and really fresh and really out there. And it's, I mean, simply put, it's kind of scary for a lot of your coworkers, you know? It's scary for you, because, like, what if it doesn't work? Go ahead and play this one. I think this is the play here. Begin to smash, you know? Probably just gonna accept the damage again. No, let's do this. Let's Flourishing Fox. Maybe it's actually good to block once. I'm really questioning that decision. But my assertion is that if we're very wide and slowing down one of these a turn, we can outrun them. Sure, sure. Good. Just once. Hey, Des. Hey. Careful, careful. You're on the space bar. Whoa! Yeah, you're pretty mad at me, huh? Our little princess is a very grumpy girl. But darling, where's your chill? Her tail lashing in contempt. You know, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to cycle once. I'm not going to cycle the Valiant Rescuer. Let's just shoot this one and get the 3-3. And there it is. Just gonna hold on for one turn. Oh yeah, y'all talking about co-op commander. Yeah, co-op commander is just very, 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 very good. I should go so far as to describe it as incroyable. See if we can just get opponent for lethal next turn. Boom, boom. Probably don't need this anymore. Just a one mana cycler would do it. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Not enough. Isn't co-op commander free? Like, your commanders are free up to level 5, and then they're like a few bucks to unlock. I think there's like 2 or 3 free commanders. Alright. Look at our deck. Our deck is amazing. Donk. Bong. Oh my god, Deathsea, happy 1 year right back at you. Oh my god. The member of the Academy, what is up? What is... Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to poke you in the head. What card was that? It says 4 damage, or 4 mana win the game. Deathsea, for any of you who don't know, is the absolute legend of drafting. The drafting intelligence made manifest. I want white and red. So there's red and white. I don't want blue. I figured it out. I don't want blue. I figured it out. I don't want blue. So I don't want the healer. I think that this is the correct play. It's that or doing Startling Development and go for blood back-to-back. Because the way we're going to win this is by flooding out Valiant Rescuers and making lots and lots of 1/1s. Tango before Hadron, no problem. Superlatively NP. Yeah, next turn's going to be a beatdown. Like, being able to go... That does suck. That is an issue. Six, 7 Trampler with Vigilance is a bit of a pickle. Hi, Des. Hello. You know what? I don't need this health at all. We are having some wonderful tummy time here. Oh, are you happy? Oh, you're a little grumpy and happy at the same time. What does cycling do exactly? You pay a cost to ditch the card and draw a new card. But then you have all these other things that are like, whenever you draw your second card, whenever you cycle, do good stuff, good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Good lord. Pure says, cycle doesn't always draw. It does whatever the cycle specifies. You pay and discard to use the effect. I thought, no, I'm pretty sure cycle is always draw, but then occasionally you have like a bonus effect. Bing and bomb. Population Sean. Pretty sure, I'm pretty sure. I think that like the most basic form of cycling is just discard. There's wizard cycling. And there's squirrel cycling. It's also basic land cycling. Yeah, so I guess I am wrong. I guess I am wrong on that. Weird, I've never been wrong before. This is kind of a unique and interesting feeling for me. Oh, you're great, Pureblood. You're educating all of us here, man. Squirrel cycling. Delete target squirrel. Little does Legend know that all I am going to do is shoot her. I can win the game with Irencrag Pyromancers, man. Sean, famously infallible plot. That's right. You know, I think one of the things that I am most proud of is my inimitable fallibility. Can't touch this, etc., 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 etc. Now that I've been live for an hour, I'm feeling better. Not all the way better, but I'm feeling better. And I mean, wins like that indeed help out a little bit. People says I wasn't correcting you, Sean. I said it before you spoke. No, absolutely, totally got that. Apologies if what I said seemed like I was going, pure blood. No, you want to be right here. You don't want to be looked at or touched or interacted with. You just want to be there. Okay. Okay, she just wants to be there. Wow, why are we so mad? Well, I hate to say this, Despy, but I'm gonna get some water. Let me mute. You hate playing against me, you know what I mean? So, you know, I feel, Despy, as though we might be displeased. So here's what I think the best play is. Because I think I want to play this, and I want to cycle right away. Try to work our way towards just having enough land to do stuff. Because we are playing more than our opponent, I think it's a good turn to pass by. Wow, that's really nice. So we play this. Ooh, damn. Well, Ogo, it is a good day to die. It's also a good day to GEIDEI. At 6 p.m., Tokyo University of the Arts, aka GEIDEI University. Does anyone speak Japanese here? I can never quite remember which word is which. Okay, so the idea is if I do this, then villain kills the Valiant Rescuer. I think we're actually okay with that. Very nice segue, well done. Thanks, Chartle. Yeah, I think this is just fine. Gosh, our draws. Our draws are disgusting. I'm gonna go ahead and hit him with the no attacks. Oh, Ghost Stalker, I'm sorry. If you can change the copy-paste that you have. It says, we are doing the GEIDEI Student Games Exhibition, a showcase of graduate student games made in collaboration between Tokyo and University of Southern California. We're showcasing games made just by the Tokyo University of the Arts games program. And as part of the exhibition on the website, that's where the collaborative projects are. We're not looking at any of the specific collaborative projects today. This is going to be a problem. Cancel. How far off is 6 p.m.? 1 hour and 50 minutes. 1 hour and 50 minutes. I'm really worried I'm playing this out wrong. Lumas is sub to say that Dai is short for Daigaku, which means college. That's right, that's right. Thank you. Well, golly, thanks for shitload. Ooh, this is bad. We would immediately win if we had a scry card. I hope Ogo's just like, I'm out of here, I'm done. Shit. Oh. I'm sorry, Despy. Jesus. It's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. What do you think, Despy? I need to get my notes. Sorry, Despy. Alright. I will defend the air with my life. So this will deal 3 to my face. I think I just want to not take damage. Any land is good. And that one is really, 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 really good. Despy, you cannot lie there. Man, you hate me, man. You're just real grumpy a day. Embercleave loses. We should lose immediately. And there it is. Ooh. Oh my gosh, it's so good. It's so good. This deck is so good. Oh! Mm-hmm. Dong! It's just so good. Now, get on out there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. I probably want shredded sails. Improbable Alliance seems like a weaker card. Maybe I'll do like this. I don't really know. Oh, man. I'm glad that I'm live for a few hours before the student showcase later this evening. Hi! I know, I'm so happy that we can be together in this room all day. Oh, it's so nice. Look at how beautiful this kit's little fur is. Look at it. She loves when I talk about her fur. Why are we so antsy, my darling? Big stretch. Okay, that's fine. That's just a telephone. Here, I'm gonna move you. Those are my notes. Yep, I know. I know it's so bad. Oh, my little kitty's grumpy at Dad. No, Dad. You can't do that. Please, Dad. No. She's so sweet, my little girl. It's hard to be a cat. Yeah, it's like a lot of work. You have to groom yourself all day. And your fur's really soft. Holy crap. I don't think I beat that. Unless, of course, I literally just draw. You know, I think I'm going to do this, because if Ogo goes land into Embercleave, then we can kill it. Why hast thou betrayed me, father? Father, no! Father! Yuck, gross, terrible, garbage, ugh. I don't think we're winning this one. Not even sure exactly what I need. I think it's like strictly Glass Casket saves it for us. Okay. That was a game. You know what? I think I'll just queue up again. Oh, desperado. Oh, desperado. Oh. That'll do. So, foist things foist. I think I Hengegate straight into Flourishing Fox. Or maybe we want to go Raugrin and then Doomscar. Maybe Raugrin Doomscar's right. Sorry, says when Eldraine rotates, the meta will shift so much. Cannot wait. I feel like the world's telling me something, but I can't determine what. Not sure what that might be. But Fox is adorable. Fox is adorable, Seraphim. Truer words never spoken. Okay, so we need to do a Flourishing Fox. No, my opponent didn't play a 2-mana, so I think Bone Crushers are reasonable. So I'm going to cycle the Drannith Stingers. Cycle the Drannith Stingers. Try to get, like, a Lando. Well, this is obviously less than ideal. However, by the way, we're near 100% certain it's going to be an Annex. Ugh. Well. Sometimes you just don't get there. Well, that's good. Clears off the top. I mean... this is essentially our only way to live for, like, a little bit more. I don't know, sometimes it happens. Well, that's that. Sometimes you draw 2 lands in the top 17. And our deck is not that good. It's good, it's not that good. Yeah, we went through the top. I guess... yeah. I mean, I don't really think there's anything to learn there. Sometimes you don't get any land, and that sucks, and that's magic. Working as intended. Hello says, Deathsy always blames the WotC intern for bad shuffling. Yeah, sometimes you just don't get there. No matter how likely you make it to draw land, it is absolutely a legal shuffling. That you have only spells on the top and only land at the bottom. We're going to draw lands, of course. I said WotC exactly like. Oh, yes, it's fucking WotC. So we took a little week off to play some Age of Empires. Whoa. And now we're back... grinding the magics to just briefly hit Mythic with our limited time left in the month. What the deck is going to be up in 2 weeks, not this Monday, but the following Monday, and it's going to be Air versus Sea. Flying, flappy, windy boys versus Aquatrons. Yeah, maybe our bot hasn't been set up yet, Ghost Stalker. We see green, and we see a forest. I think it's actually okay to do a Valiant Rescuer, I think. Might be a little bit risky, but I think that if my opponent has red mana to do a Bone Crusher Giant, they'll do it right away. And I will have been more efficient with our mana. So I'm gonna smash this thing down a wee little bit. Can I ask a favor of you wonderful human beings? This is a favor that sometimes I ask of my friends when I'm feeling a little off. By the way, I feel really dumb saying this, but it's the truth. This week, I had such a hard time with my sleep. thanks to the completely prickish daylight savings time. Because I had some early meetings this week that got shifted around a bunch. It was terrible. It was terrible. So, like, through a mixture of that, and I just had, just had a lot of work going on since the start of the year. Just normal stuff. I'm a little tired. And so, at 6 p.m., GEIDEI Games Showcase is coming up. Sometimes, when I have to do an introduction, I get a spike of anxiety that lasts 60 seconds. I'll jump with this next turn. That's the play. Yeah, whenever this happens, I sometimes get a little spike of anxiety, so I was wondering if y'all would give some cheer and upbeat attitude in the minutes leading into the show. That would be terrific. That'd be wonderful. It's going to be 90 minutes, but it's just this little favor I want to ask. Just a little bit of, yeah, and all that stuff. Y'all so sweet. I have done some misreading. Oh no. Alack, alas. Alack, alack, alack. Quizmodo says, you don't need to have any anxiety, Sean. You're amazing at this. You know, it's one of these things where I actually am an incredibly good presenter, and I really like presenting. I think it's a ton of fun. But when I am feeling really low on sleep, or just generally feeling tired, I find that I just kind of get free-floating angstiness. And so what do? I just say, hey, just figure out how to get past that first 60 seconds, and then we'll be good. It's a really interesting sort of experience, this interesting phenomena. It's fascinating. Like on one hand, it's frustrating. But on the other hand, it's really interesting, because I really like presentation, I like crowds, I like speech giving. I like that stuff. I really like it. In fact, I like it so much that it's my profession. Fuck. Every once in a while, by being this organism, sometimes just kind of... Well, here's the thing that's weird about it. Imagine for a moment if you were trying to focus on writing a paper, but you were feeling a little anxious. You might write a paragraph and then go, oh, okay. All right, let's head back. This hand sucks. And they sort of resume it, but there's something a little different when you're in front of a crowd of... or when you're doing some type of speech giving. So I want to do this. When you're doing some type of speech giving, what winds up happening is, if it's speech giving time, you can't actually take a moment in the middle of the speech and then just be like, okay. You know, you can't take those few seconds to reorient yourself as often. But it's kind of funny, because even now as I'm saying, that's like kind of a lie. That's kind of a lie. That sure would be funny, though. Yeah, I mean... Looney Lucas has been saving up points to tell you how much I'm enjoying your AoE 2 content. It truly has been a lot of fun, yeah. I'm real happy with how it's been going. Bang. Original Honors Kids, have you ever tried doing that on a live broadcast? Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, it's weird. It's like, I mean, most of the time I'm just fine and solid and good. What show presentation is Sean talking about? It is the GEIDEI Games Showcase, the Student Games Showcase from the Tokyo University of the Arts. That we're doing a little presentation for at 6 p.m. right here live on the show. We're not even going to turn off the stream. We're just going to, like, get ready, load things up, be prepared. And I want to do a good job, and I'm just feeling real brain dead and tired. So I was asking everyone for their positive encouragement. Where's Sheriff? There she is. Oh. Despy, you're in the way. Despy, would you not block? My princess. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come on. Yeah. Alright, so there's Sheriff. You can barely see her. She's in the bottom porthole. 5 damage. If I whiff the land drop here, I think I have lost the game. I fucked up and lost. Ah. That's very frustrating. My opponent just very, very transparently has been conveying that they have an Ember Cleave. No. What do you know? Okay, well, that's really good. These guys can't block nothing. Nothing for nobody for nothing. I am Jack's High says, you have a beautiful cat, and I think low energy you is great too. It's really nice of you to say. Thank you. Okay. I mean, this is a pickle. I think that this is the right play. I think maybe I even should have done that last turn. Thank you, Rotten Agenda. You're the best. Thank you. Says we're proud of you for giving it your best and overcoming those anxieties. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, man. I'm gonna kiss you. Is that okay? This cat is so mad at me. Oh my god. Rots. Oh my god. Dude. Alright, so... Hello, Despy Sheriff. Coming on 6. Coming up on 6. Any Lancer in this deck? None, apparently. Alright. Man. Alright. Oh. When's the last time you played Beatmania? You know, I tried to get Beatmania to work by connecting to the Konami official Beatmania service, and it's literally so microtransaction heavy that you don't even get to play the game, as far as I can tell. I mean, if I wanted to, like, I used to be able to, like, get like on the PlayStation a disc and just play Beatmania 2DX from the disc, and the disc was like a $60 game. Very normal. You had to buy the special controller, which I think was also like $50 or $100. But then I could play all the songs I wanted till I was blue in the face. And if I wanted newer versions of the game, each of those was like $60. But that's fine, right? Because, like, you know, it's a complete set of songs and a complete experience. But now it feels like there's miniature song packs that cost like 3 times what a normal game would, and all this stuff. And you have to, in addition to purchasing that, pay a $15 monthly subscription just to be able to log in. So, for instance, if you spend like $800 on songs and you don't pay the $15 per month, you're just locked out of your account. And there's all sorts of things, like you have experience that you can use, that you can earn to unlock songs, but... Oh, huh, that's interesting. I keep cycling until I'm out of until I have N+1 cyclers in the hand. Until I have... No, can you keep cycling until I have no more than 1 in the hand. And then, if you want to be able to get XP and use your XP to unlock songs, you have to pay money to open an XP slot, and it lasts for like 24 hours. I mean, it's just ridiculous. And, you know, there's the sort of, like, I'm sort of someone that if I gotta move you, sweetie. I'm someone where if I am not a fan of the microtransaction setup, I don't spend any money. I don't even play it. I just don't touch it. Sinister Aish says, I miss DDR, lost so much weight in high school and college playing that, and it never felt like exercise. Dude, it was awesome. Cat at SC2 says, truly we have entered the darkest times. You know, if I may state, I fundamentally don't have any value judgment on really any kind of... Okay, so I think I shoot this and then shoot that. Is that right? Because I really want to kill this. Let me think for a moment. Or I can play this. And... I don't really have any value judgment on any business model.
Get away from me!
Like, I really, frankly, do not. I think that there's games for which subscription models are amazing. I think there's games where you should be able to pay one price and own the entire game. I think that's great. I like, here's the game, and here's a bunch of optional DLC to add on. I think battle passes are great. Like, I really like all of these. The problem that fundamentally I feel exists a lot is when I see a game that does one of two things poorly. One, the game sucks. But you see this robust buffet of microtransactions. You know, and you just sort of get a feeling that someone cared more about getting money from you than they cared about giving you a good experience that you would have happily paid money for. That's one problem, which is that the game sucks. The second issue that I take is when the game is good, but then the business model literally takes so much away from the game that you wind up in case one again. Case one is that the game sucked in the first place and a bunch of microtransactions were stapled on, or various business models that were stapled on. The second one that I don't like, again, is where you have a game that's great, that's really good, and it's damaged, and you have to pay to get the original game back, and the amount that you have to pay is huge. Because the thing is that here's something that is unavoidably true. If I'm a game developer, I want to make a thing that gives you entertainment, and you want to give me money for entertainment. That's the exchange, right? I recently rented a movie, Gremlins. I rented it for $3. It was fine. It was fine. I paid money. I got entertainment. It was good. It was great. There's something weird when, let's take, again, Gremlins. Let's say I wanted to watch Gremlins, and I look it up. And let's imagine that Gremlins, to rent it, cost $2,500. I'm sort of like, well, I mean, I'm obviously not going to rent this okay movie. Santa Claus is coming to town. What if it was Lord of the Rings for $2,500? No, Lord of the Rings ain't that good. I guess the problem is there are such people that are willing to pay, so they'll keep designing games targeting these whales. I really want to dig into this. I really, really, really badly want to do a deeper dive on this, because I feel like there are a lot of assumptions that wind up slowly getting steeped in people's minds that are actually incorrect. Like, for instance, a lot of mobile games don't really make money. Like, for instance, oh, Teferi Master of Time. Okay, whoa, look at Teferi, quite so scary. Like, a lot of people say, oh, well, mobile games are where the money is. But here's something that's very weird and very different.
I'll think of something.
Magic the Gathering is a game that I am going to play for years and years and years and years. What am I buying? Their new content, which they release every few months. I think Wizards has, in particular, been sensational at the draft format. Like, the draft formats for the last few sets have been hot plasma. Well, my brain just went. Oh yeah. So the idea is, what is the business approach for Magic the Gathering? It's just to get someone like me to keep being happy by making a great game. And continue to make a great game. And continue to make a great game. I'm going to go ahead and play Rielle first. Then I'm going to cycle and nuke Teferi. That's their incentive structure. Now, for a lot of mobile games, the idea is that I am going to first get this person to get interested in the game. They're only going to play for like 3 to 6 weeks. Maybe spend a few dollars. Then they're going to close this puppy down. That's the model. And so this idea of spending lots of money to continuously get more people in to spend a few dollars, you don't really have that in a lot of ultra-modern PC games. Like, you will see marketing for League of Legends, you will see marketing for Dota, but what you will not see is, you know, the type of in-your-face, like, jamming down your throat, play this game, fucking play it, sort of experiences that you see in the mobile space. And what's interesting, oops, I attacked the Irencrag Pyromancer. What's interesting when you dig into some of the numbers of mobile games, a mobile game will say something like, we made $1 billion in revenue. That's a lot of money, right? But the amount that they spent to do marketing to acquire new people every 3 to 6 weeks to keep spending money was like $970 million. So this company only wound up making, as a profit, $30 million. But boy, we haven't even factored in the development costs. And so, I mean, I'll just, as an exercise to the reader, suggest that you go out and start to look at mobile games talking about revenue versus mobile games talking about profit. There's no doubt in my mind that there are wildly profitable mobile games. In fact, there should be no doubt in any of your minds that there are wildly profitable mobile games. Clash Royale and Clash of Clans, famously very, very successful games. And frankly, I've played some Clash Royale. I think the gameplay is pretty great in it. I have been out. But what's interesting is that imagine that you are on a team that has made a game where you're dumping $900 million into marketing and you're making $900 million in revenue. You haven't made any money! But you'll still say in press releases, we've made $900 million in revenue. But, like, you know, so when I'm looking at this, like, I obviously have interest in game development. Many of you have seen me talk about game development, show game projects on stream like Straits of Danger or The Gauntlet or other such delights. Like, I have a lot of interest in game development. But when I look at someone spending $900 million on marketing to make $900 million in revenue, that doesn't seem very good to me. Now, ways in which companies have taken this and leveraged this is they try to sell, and a lot of times when you're selling your company, you sell based upon your revenue, not based upon your profit margin. The revenue is a big, let me rephrase it more precisely. More precisely, the revenue is a big, big, big factor. So you can sometimes make a mobile game that is actually spending $900 million a year and making 80, or you've done $900 million a year in marketing, and you're only making $800 million. But you still can say, dude, we make nearly $1 billion. Please buy us. And so the thing is, what's my point? I'm starting to meander a little bit. My point is the following. We see I guess I'll discard, I don't know, maybe a Hengegate. I think Hengegates are bad. So you'll see, like we just average everyday consumers kind of hanging out, reading news articles and stuff. We'll see this makes $800 million. This makes $1.6 billion. We'll hear investors say, well, this is where the money is. This is where the users are. This industry generated $70 billion in this quarter. You know, they'll say, you hear a lot of stuff like this. But then if you actually start to dig in, I don't know, it feels like there is a lot of, I don't know, it feels sort of like a swirling vortex of dollars, and people are just trying to desperately step in and, like, nab a buck here or there. But that there is still substantial evidence to note that if you just make a really good game, people pay for that shit.
Courage is the greatest virtue.
Aye, with the knowledge to...
Fear is a tool. Use
What's
it.
happening? Fear is a tool. Alright, I mean, I feel like we might be close to death. One. Yeah, you know what? Let's do... Huzzah! So here is my point. My point is this. There's a lot of statements that there's a shitload of money in mobile. Mobile's where it's at. Mobile. Let's kill this one. Mobile. Yet, I think that there's not a lot of profit in mobile. And the profit discussion is overstated. And I also think, too, that there's a lot of evidence that just good games, like League of Legends, it's just a good game. It's just good. You know what I'm talking about? And so I think that this is a little bit where you wind up with some of the weirdness and the weird feelings around microtransactions, where if you are a game that is paying like $10 per person, to, like $10 per new player to play, and then you need to perform psychological warfare against them to earn $11 from them, I'm just sort of like, man, maybe, I don't know, yeah, I'm gonna sound crazy here, but maybe you should just make a good game. Whoa. Drunken Dragon says 10 years ago, people said PC gaming is dead because of consoles. I feel like PC gaming gets a renaissance. I mean, I've been pretty into games for, like, my whole life. And, I mean, everything has always been called dead. Things that are great examples of stuff that never dies are regularly described as dead. It's fascinating. It's utterly fascinating to me. I don't know, because there's a lot of analysis and statements and things that are based upon feelings. When people are not even trying to base it on feelings, they're trying to base it on fact. But they see some isolated bits of information, have some reaction to those isolated bits of information, make a judgment on that, say that in a forum. Another person kind of felt that one of the similar things is true. I remember, I think it was like 2018, someone asked me, hey Sean, you know, how do you still stay, you know, or do you still feel optimistic about your career and really positive? Because you always seem so optimistic and seem so positive. But, I mean, your viewership and your general popularity is so much, you know, lower than what it used to be. and by the way, I'm wording it a little bit like an asshole because I can't remember exactly what they said, but this person was actually being incredibly tactful and incredibly just like basically saying your viewership's down, your notoriety's down, but you still seem to be in a good mood. What do you, what's your reaction to this? And from my perspective, the last 2 years had been our number 1 and number 2 best years. And that present year was our highest viewership and highest participation ever. And I was just sort of like, oh, huh, that's interesting. Because you know it's something that is true? I'm not casting big esports events very much. I actually prefer not to in a lot of circumstances. I say no to a good number of ones on the fringe because fucking it's exhausting, man. It's tiring. And it's also hard to say yes to those when this stream and my content is doing so well. So in that regard, you know, this stream, how many viewers do we have? We normally have a little bit lower on a Friday. Yeah, we have 2,063 concurrent viewers. That's way less than the 200,000 that might be tuning in if I were hosting an esports event, or like the 1 million that was tuned into the PC gaming show, or whatever it was. I think I just make like a Velociraptor hunter and shoot her. I think that's right. Right? I haven't seen a single counterspell this entire game.
Time to improvise.
But yeah, like, it's true that I am not... Because, I mean, in the StarCraft days, I used to be at tournaments 30 weekends a year. Or sometimes 25 weekends a year. That's a lot of weekends a year when I'm right there. And it's funny because when I was doing that, I started to produce less dailies, and people were asking the same thing. Like, man, there was one lofty denial. Bonk. Thanks for that call, Jofu. Thank you very much. But yeah, same thing happened to me when there was, like, I did a weekend event, and then I did one stream on a Wednesday, then a weekend event, and then I took a week off, and then I did 2 streams and went to a weekend event, and someone's like, hey, so, like, it looks like your stream is really spinning down. You know, like, do you have any concerns about the fact that your stream is not really getting a lot of good viewership anymore? And I just remember thinking, like, that's so interesting. That, I think I just put in these ones, huh? I don't think I care about that much about everything else. Well, I mean, maybe a Redcap Melee is good. But remember, I was like, I make 200 dailies a year. I was doing 200 dailies a year. And for comparison, the average high schooler attends 186 days of high school in a year. Decanos 99 says, Dana, what's an event you haven't been able to cast that you would want to in the future? I cannot think of a single thing. The thing is, like, Recanos, I derive a lot of joy in doing my own stuff and pursuing my own interests. So, for instance, if I wanted to make something, I would just immediately go out and make it. You know. So I don't know. Like it's really fun to be part of events. Like, I really like doing the Magic events. I love doing the PC gaming show. That's really fantastic. It's hard to think of one that I would... You know, actually, there is one that I wish I could do. Which is, I really wish that I was able to do StarCraft Holiday Bash style events again. This is a cat says, would you enjoy sponsoring and running an AoE tournament like Hidden Cup 4? Like, absolutely not! And why am I reacting that way? Zoom in hard on the word running. Gah. Running tournaments, dude, people that do tournament operations are unbelievably impressive to me. Like, that shit is so hard. It is so fucking difficult, man. It's the hardest shit ever. It's logistical hell on earth. Oh my god. I mean, I'm just getting stressed out thinking about it. You know how I was saying that, like, I'm trying to manage my anxiety, because anytime I get really low on sleep and I'm having to still put in a lot of hours, I start to get a little, like, you know, sort of those things. Well, fuck, man, hearing all y'all talked about running tournaments, that's it. I'm triggered. The adrenaline has thrown me outside of my window of tolerance, and I am ruined. God. Ugh. And by the way, for any who are curious, I do not use the word triggered as in a, oh, if anyone says that they're triggered, LOL, point fingers, that's not a thing, etc. It's absolutely a thing, and I'm not even being that, I'm trying to poke no fun at it. I mean, I'm poking a little fun at the fact that I have such a strong adrenaline rush, like, like, there is no risk. I will never, like, try to go buy a shed or something for the house and then accidentally run a tournament. There is no risk of inadvertently running an event, but just thinking about it still stresses me out so much. We used to run all of Red Bull's gaming events and run a league called the After Hours Gaming League. And those are far and away the most oh my god, I can, like, feel my heart rate going up, man. You want me to run a tournament? Mittens the cat? Uh-oh, Mittens the cat says that was the reaction I expected. How dare you, Mittens the cat. HGL was so fun. I'm really proud of the work from HGL, but I mean, it's just unbelievably so much so outside of my skill set. And, I mean, people who do tournament operations are incredible. Hey, what are you doing? That's a hot light. Don't burn yourself, baby. Hey, no, don't do that. What are you doing? Alright, something happened here. I'm not sure why it did or what went on, but there it is. So we might even just cut all the, I shouldn't say cut. We can comfortably win this game without ever casting a Solar Flare.
Foolish coward.
Magic Name says, I don't know if this is comparable, but I used to do catering and holy shit. Yeah, holy shit is correct. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Oops. Did I just accidentally... Alright, Ghost Stalker, can I ask for a little favor? A favor, por favor. When we are going into the GEIDEI Games Showcase, they just requested if it would be possible to turn off sub mode. Sure, this is completely fine. Oh no, did you just accidentally run an event? By the way, this is why we love this card. Boon of the Wish Giver. Kaboom of the Wish Giver. Oof. Goodbye.
back to training?
Carried advantage. Means the cat said, would casting a wider variety of games be interesting to you? Or are you happy sticking to the games where you've already developed the deep knowledge required? To be fair, I guess I'm not ultra familiar with your entire casting business, so maybe this is something you do already. Yeah, I really, really, really think I was able to do good commentary for StarCraft because of my knowledge. I think that... Well, that's the wrong move. I think many, 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 many people just completely overlook how unbelievably time-consuming it is to learn a game well enough to cast, and they don't see the connection that's going on. What the? Oh, I hate the auto-tapper. Oh my god, I hate this auto-tapper so much. What else am I keeping the mana up for? Oh my god. Oh, this is so stupid. This game drives me insane sometimes, man. God. But yeah, my ability to do good commentary strictly came from my deep knowledge of the game. And that's it. Man, I thought that was the Jeskai Triome. I mean, even if it's not, why would it leave that one open? It's just, it's insane to me. This game can just drive me insane. It's driving me insane. Even now, it's like not leaving enough mana open, man. It's so bad.
Time's getting short.
I'm gonna start shooting this guy in the face, man. Screw this. Game tries to leave non-basics open. Something feels like it changed, because it used to just try to leave the mana that you needed open. Anyways. Yeah, because I feel like a lot of people think casting is, oh, this is happening, oh, that's happening, oh, what's going to happen next? Who knows? Here's what's literally happening, here's the next thing that's happening, here's option A or option B. And I honestly think that a lot of people that are going through the motions of saying what is occurring are missing out on an essential component, which is telling the story. If I am... Let me just pick Zerg vs. Terran Brood War, because I happen to be watching the Zerg vs. Terran Brood War this morning. You know, if I can say, okay, so Mutalisk Harass kicking in, the big question on everyone's mind is, how is Terran going to apply pressure before Defilers pop up in 4 minutes? 4 minutes and counting, there's going to be Defilers all over the place, and I am really worried about Terran's ability to gobble up this much space. Oh, now the Zerg is actually cutting this kind of development. The Zerg player is completely cutting out on a third hatchery in order to get another expansion. Okay, well this will let me get the Defilers a little bit faster, but I mean, I can't stress enough. The Zerglings really, really help you be able to hold off these Marines. So again, I told where we're going. Defilers in 4 minutes. Oh, dude, screw this guy. I've indicated where we're going. And then, as I'm speaking, all my comments are with respect to where we're going. And so what this does is it helps contextualize everything that's going on. It's not just, oh, there's Mutalisks. Oh, the Marines are shooting it. Oh, there's Marines moving out. Oh, the Mutalisk is making them run back. Harassment is good. La, 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 la. And I think it's essential to be able to state, I am trying to tell a story. I'm doing this because I don't want Villain to get more 1/1s. It's essential. Shuna Shrinkin says your schedule lies. In what regard? But you know, like you want to tell, you want to create a story, you want to create context, you want to explain. Shino Sharingan says, I don't think he was on today. I had 1 p.m. scheduled, but the calendar was updated in between when you checked and right now. The schedule has always been current, but there was a change. Schedule on Twitch TV doesn't show today's show. Oh, our schedule's on day9.tv. Anyways. Yeah, you really want to tell a story. You want to be able to say, this thing is going to happen first, then this thing's going to happen second, and this thing's going to happen third. And so, I'm really, really, really curious if our players are going to be able to do some good stuff in between Step 1 and Step 2. Oh, Step 2's been delayed for both players. And I think this is one of the reasons why all the StarCraft casters were so good, is that StarCraft as a game is about the story of the game. That is what StarCraft is. StarCraft is what you're doing early affects what you do middle, affects what you do late, and this sort of thing. And honestly, this is kind of why I kind of struggle with casting of some kinds of other games, because what the fuck are we talking about? Like... I'm gonna win the game with this. Hey, you okay? Oh, you're just cleaning? Okay, cool.
Time to improvise.
Raugrin, did you ever have a co-caster not picking up your story cues at all? Honestly, I've only casted with just incredibly good and talented casters. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep countering this. I have had instances where I felt like the person wasn't connecting with me. You know, like, there's times when I've casted with people where it's like my 1000th cast and it's their first, you know, and so they're a little nervous and everything, you know, but it's just like, look, when I'm talking, wait until the end of my sentence, and what you should begin saying should be based on the last word of my sentence. That's the proper way to know if you're being a good listener as a co-commentator. Wow, I really think that this Zerg player really needs to figure out how to deal with this upcoming influx of Marines. Yeah, the Marine... And then my co-commentator should go, yeah, Marine pressure in the mid-game is essential to just eating up enough space so that way when Defilers come out, they can't actually move out. Yeah, and then I would respond, yeah, and now... We see, with this Terran move out, the Zerg is going to be trying to delay that as much as possible because it hurts so much to have Defilers all cloistered back in the, you know, like that.
We hope you delay our quest no further.
Alright.
To know is to triumph.
To know is to triumph.
Seconds are fleeting.
But you know, what was really hard is when you'd be... I'm a little worried that I have a lofty denial, but I gotta be honest, I'm the best player here. What was really hard is if I would say something like, oh shit. Alright. Keep the chipping game going. What was really hard is if I would say something like, man, this player really, really, really needs to try to keep the Marines from moving out as fast as possible, or as much as possible before Defilers come out. I literally ended my sentence talking about Defilers. And then, if my co-commentator's like, yep, Mutalisks are doing a lot of work here, la 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 la, or they'll just be like, I think that the +1 attack upgrade is overlooked, you know. And I'm just like, what are you talking about? Like, it's not what we're talking about. What are you talking about? Why not Zenith Flare there twice? Because there is a Soul Guide Lantern that will sacrifice itself to exile my whole graveyard. So what I'm actually trying to do is to bait this out. What I want is to Zenith Flare, and then when this gets sacrificed, I respond with the other Zenith Flare. Again, they're tapped out, but they can still delete our entire library. Yeah. I really can... I could be explaining what's happening in the game way better, but I'm interested in this sort of caster commentator thing. So, I mean, like, I believe that the storytelling component is such an essential piece to... Alright, let's see if we can do this twice. I think we might just shoot them in the face. Yeah, I mean, we have lethal without even casting a Zenith Flare, which is terrific. So, like, when it comes to something like, say, if you said, Sean, cast some Counter-Strike. Counter-Strike has a real story element to it. There's a real link to this round, to the next round, to the next round, to the next round, so there's understanding the action within a round. What happens at, you know, second 10, 20, 40, 60, 80 into a round. That whole arc is very nuanced and very complicated. So I would really struggle to even be able... Villain's gonna phase this out. Why did you not give me the opportunity to... Okay. Okay. I mean, I'm annoyed, but whatever. Yeah, because, like, with Counter-Strike, I don't understand how economy works from round to round. Because, like, if you're a good commentator, you can say, like, okay, this team has been losing so much that they're pretty much going to lose in the next few rounds. Like, that's guaranteed. So it's really round 10 where they're looking to start winning rounds. Any round that they win in between now and round 10 is huge at this point. So then all of a sudden, a random round 7 win that would have meant nothing to me as a viewer now means something because this brilliant commentator was able to identify that between this round and this round, this shouldn't be happening. So I think the storytelling aspect is really essential. I'm going to use the restaurant and get some more water and get ready for this game showcase. And then I'll keep talking about commentary and shit. We'll be stuck in Diamond forever. But yeah, I think so. If someone says, "Hey, Sean, if someone's like, "Hey, Sean, would you cast Rocket League?" I don't even know what I would talk about. I have no idea. I don't know. Because, like, I don't know the game well enough. And also, like, what's the story? I have no idea. Maybe if I'm sophisticated enough to be able to say, well, it looks like this player is changing their gameplay to do XYZ thing or the other. So I think the only games that I can competently cover would be Obviously, StarCraft 1 and 2. Magic, and that's about it. And I mean, if you held a gun to my head and said you have to pick a second game, the second would, or another game, maybe poker or Counter-Strike. Maybe those are the ones that I know next best after those. Dota. Could I cast Dota? I actually think that the amount of knowledge I would need to feel like I was doing the kind of job that I'm describing that I would want to do, it would be probably still another 3 years out. I think that there's just so much knowledge in Dota. For instance, when I watch good commentators in Dota, they can say things like, ah, yes, the mid matchup is now this hero versus that hero. And man, let me tell you, you really do not want to be hero B in this matchup. And I'm like, why? Like, I have no idea. And again, this is what I mean by the story component. Gross! This is what I mean by the story component. When you're watching really good Dota commentators, they can zoom in on what the story of each particular round is. They can just go, or each particular phase of the game is. In this phase, this is all about Bane getting enough harassment on that hero, and in mid, they're going to trade evenly, and in top lane, it really depends what happens at level 4. So then it's just like, okay, at level 4, that's when things are going to heat up in top lane, so let's revisit that at that point in time, yada, 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 yada. Bang, bang, bang. I got it, I got it, I got it. So we do this. Leon Stewart's probably going to sack to pop this, so I'm just going to wait. Original Admiral Skew said, didn't you get invited to work at a Dota event one time? And wasn't it fairly awkward for you? Oh, well, that was hosting, and hosting's very different. Hosting's pretty straightforward. Hosting is different than casting. And even though hosting technically doesn't hinge on your knowledge of the game, I today would be an infinitely more competent host in Dota than Ermagerd Turgid's Lantern. Alright, let's lose 3 life. I can overcome Turgid's Lantern. That one's going to be okay. So I just keep making 1/1s. Oh, she has that ability. That's right. If I can kill AR, that's going to be a real boon. Countered. Target opponent discards 2 cards. Okay, so let's do this. Ugh. Okay, Des, we're gonna move you because we need to do a game showcase very, very soon. No. There you go. Very gentle with the kids. There you go. Sack a non-land permanent. Okay. What a good cat. Oh, okay. Alright, terrific. Just terrific. I'm going to try to save the Go for Blood for a little bit. Zeph, it says, sorry for the stereotype. Have you ever played or followed basketball? Ever dunked the b-ball? I've never been a man to ever dunk a thing. So I think it's probably correct to do this now, in the off chance that we can just zap that. Superb. Yeah, never have I ever dunked, play basketball. I think watching basketball is pretty fun. I think it's pretty gosh darn fun. You don't have to worry about Faceless Haven, but being able to get a 2 1/1s a turn is going to be pretty overpowering. Go for blood. So what's your NBA team then? I don't give a shit, man. I don't really care. I mean, if basketball's on, I'll just watch basketball sometimes. I probably watch basketball maybe 1 game a year. I don't even mean 1 best of 3 a year. I mean like a game a year. That was fine. Alright, we own them. Go for blood always makes me think it's gopher blood. That is true. Gopher blood. Okay, so against the aggressive decks, we tend to bring in the caskets made of glass. Bring in the shredded sails to try to pick off that artifact lantern. Ghoststalker says, already dinner has been consumed. Now time for the Japanese study before the game showcase. Ghoststalker, I was wondering if you could briefly make sure that you can log into the multiplayer game. Because we're going to be doing 5 games, and the 6th one is going to be a multiplayer game where Ghoststalker and I are going to be trying to find each other. FlipTop23 says 24 months with some of the best people on the internet. Thanks for keeping me from going totally insane. Day 9, Kitties, Doggo, and Ghoststalker. Ghoststalker really is the absolute #1 of all time. #1 mod NA. His says, go Sean, or am I late? Lol. No, you are 30 minutes early, Years Rider. 30 minutes early. For the GEIDEI Games Showcase. Bizarrely, I wish to keep this hand. So I'm curious, what are your favorite esports games to watch? What are your absolute favorite ones to watch-a-roo? We'll trust his chess. Those who CSGO and StarCraft. Marvelous Capcom 3, says Captain Invictus. Oh. Oh my golly god. Which Startling Development shall I lose? T-minus plus is Overwatch. I have not heard a lot of people talk about Overwatch as of late. I mean, as many of you witnessed, I'm not the best shooter player. Unless the game plays a little bit like CSGO. I'm okay at CSGO. A lot of StarCraft 2 watchers. Man, there's been a lot of good StarCraft stuff. Omnibus Reba says, Gwent. Is there still a Gwent competitive scene? So we do Riverglide for red, and then we laugh because we can't fucking play this card, and then we cry a little bit. Good, 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 good. Dirt burr, dur, badur. Let's do this one first and then this one second. Okay, so Goldfish is stuck on the Landos. I'll hang on to Valiant Rescuer. Of course. Never didn't have it. Crab DS's esports level Rocket League is crazy to watch. Oh my god, it's really insane. Oh my god. Oh my god. I think continuing to cycle insanely aggressively is going to be very good here. I think we can take the pairs of damage. I mean, we have a Zenith Flare in hand. We haven't been Durist yet. Okay. Well, this is a pickle, huh? Maybe I actually should have just shot Ayara? I don't know. Ashley Deuce says, can't stay for the GEIDEI showcase, but I sure will be looking out for the YouTube VOD good vibes in advance for your first minute. Much love, Day 9. Much love. Well, we warmly appreciate that here. Sure, I'll take a bite out of crime here. Ayara has got to go. Yeah, for any of you that are just joining us, we are going to be doing a showcase of the student games from probably the Drannith Healer, you know. We're going to be doing a... No, I should have kept that because this is the one I should have been, so that way I can Zenith Flare the Ayara. That's fine. GEIDEI. Bing bong. GEIDEI is the Tokyo University of the Arts. Tokyo University of the Arts. We are going to be doing a showcase from the Tokyo University of the Arts Graduate School for Film and New Media. It's their GEIDEI Games program. GEIDEI basically just means Tokyo University of the Arts. Bonk. How long will the last showcase go? Like, about an hour. Maybe a little less, maybe. Substantially longer, because I talk way too much. Oh my god. But we're going to be doing the showcase of their... And I'm going to be saying all this, like, repeatedly. Yeah, no options for you, my friend. I'm going to be saying this repeatedly. No, I think continuing to cycle for a Zenith Flare is probably the best move. We're going to be saying the same sort of information throughout the actual presentation itself, but the Tokyo University of the Arts 2 years ago started a Games graduate program. Now, I am a huge fan of Games graduate programs because I went to one! Let's see if we can get another pipsqueak out of this thing. Who gives a shit about glass? So, I mean, I went to one. And so, the one that I went to was at USC. It was a games program that was in their School of Cinematic Arts. And they did a ton of work with... Okay, goodbye. Get him, little fella. USC did a number of collaborations with GEIDEI. And so when it was announced that GEIDEI was opening their games program, I was really excited to hear that. And then they reached out to me near the end of last year to do their first student exhibition. Now, first of all, what is an exhibition? The idea is if you go to an arts university, or excuse me, an art school, whether it be for fine art or new media or interactive media, whatever it is, typically, instead of lots of little assignments, like weekly homework assignments in my math degree, something like that, a lot of it is about doing a long-term project, something that's like 6 to 12 months of big, beefy, oh shit, a big, juicy, beefy project. Oh shit. And then at the end of the semester, or at the end of the year, or at the end of the course, there is often a showcase of it. And this is the end of year project showcase for the students in this graduate program. Fuck. Sidney Stern says, so it's through your alma mater that you became associated with a relatively random Japanese university? Well, I mean, I would not say random because it's a very prestigious university. I mean, Tokyo University of the Arts has been around for like 130 years, I believe. Just, go, little 1-1 maker. Go! Oh! I mean, I think the way that we can win is with Kabong. I love the profanity between the serious explanations. Oh, yeah. Do your worst. So the end of year showcase, kind of imagine going to an art gallery, but instead of paintings being hung on the walls, it's computers and joysticks and VR setups and various other interactive projects. Alright, let's go 1-1s. Let's go. Where were you last turn? You jerk. Boy, I'm tired. My brain is DED dead. So, because of the pandemic, the university was unable... We're dead no matter what, yeah. The university was unable to do this sort of in-person showcase. And I did an in-person showcase for my university, and I found it really meaningful. Like, I really enjoyed that experience a lot. And so they've created this online showcase whereby we're just going to play a bunch of the student games. UIE Kazoo says, are you also providing them notes and feedback? First thing that we're doing, A+ for all the students. A+. If I showcase your game, which will be all 6 projects, A+ out of 10. No way around it, right? And my feedback is going to be what I say live here on air. So as part of the showcase, we're going to be taking a peek at the at the website, doing a little tour there. We're going to be opening up the projects, going to be talking about it a little bit, that sort of thing. ZW Stern says, sorry, I didn't mean it random in a pejorative sense. Yeah. No, I mean, you're probably just been like, wow, that's kind of like a bizarre connection for a streamer to be, like, doing showcases for a university in Tokyo. Like, that does seem like a very unusual thing. And I just wanted to stress from your curiosity that seemed very well-intentioned, someone else might, who might not have known about the university. It gives me a chance to be like, oh yeah, they're awesome. I have no plays and I must scream. Blue. Dazen says, one of my favorite parts of PAX was the games exhibitions from students there. Stoked to see this stuff tonight. Yeah. So, let's see here. Let's see if there's more bad cards that we can get out of here. I'm gonna do like this. Well, that's nice. And yeah, often when you have a project that you're showcasing, there's an external advisor. One of the really cool parts about USC is that they had really good connections to just the industry at large. Oh, this is terrible. Is that bad? I don't mind taking 1 damage. Goldfish almost certainly has an enormous pile of reactive spells. So, I'm feeling a little eh. Ah! I will now take damage 1 at a time until I'm gone. I think that I just, like, don't play creatures, man. Come here. So yeah, like, the advisor for these students, no joke, is Takashi Tokita, who was the, who's worked at Square Enix for a long time, and is the game director on Chrono Trigger. One of my favorite games of all time. Like, fuck yeah.
Address me as Queen of the Dead.
Alright, well, let's...
We're doing things my way.
Bye, Lily.
I'm a survivor.
This game just got so dumb. So Sean gonna fanboy. Well, I'm still just doing the entire broadcast just like this. I'm gonna, like, have a web page open. I'm gonna be talking. I'm gonna open up the videos of the player, or of the games created by the students. We're gonna be talking about them. It appears that I am dead, huh? Yeah, so we're going to be looking at a variety of projects from students in the animation program. The games program is made up of animation and new media. We're looking at those. We're going to be looking at the student games. We're going to be doing all sorts of happy time Q&A throughout. You're going to crush it. Here it comes, Potato Elemental. Oh. Gonna do up a button? Yeah, you know, let's... And there it is. I think this is the right play to do. I think that trying to pick off an Archfiend's Vessel is incorrect. Necrone says, what do you think of the design decisions in Immortal Gates of Pyre so far? Do you think it has a shot at growing the RTS genre? I backed their Kickstarter, and I'm going to be really interested to actually play the game to see how it plays out. I don't like having this button buttoned. I don't want to button it. You don't know where it's been. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this time. And the way that I might describe it, Necrone, is that the guys developing Gates of Pyre are just they're OG StarCraft modders. They're so enthusiastic. I mean, you can for each team member, you can like individually look up like videos that they've made in the past just about RTS in like completely different ways from their core project, like all independently. Like it's like a giant pile of passion. And I have seen some of their write-ups, and I've seen some of their videos, and it's really exciting to just feel someone else's enthusiasm, However, players don't play theory, they play games. And, I have firsthand experienced being like, oh man, I have a great idea, it's going to be incredible. And then we make it, and it's really bad. I think I even talked about this with Straits of Danger last year, where I was just like, oh my god, fuck yeah, we have this awesome level, it's going to be amazing, I can't wait to play it. And then we play tested it, and it was just like, ugh. It was really yuck. And so I tend to just, I'm like, oh yeah, they have a lot of enthusiasm. They obviously played a shitload of StarCraft and like StarCraft, and I'm excited to see what their game's like. And there you go. I think I do this. I think I don't play the land. I think I don't do much of anything this turn. Because it's also really interesting when there is a... Okay. Goodbye. When there is a... Ugh. That's going to be a pickle. If first you don't succeed, heal again. Nice. 548, plenty of time. Doing good. Again, I'm not going to play... I gotta go shut this window. I'm not going to be playing Boon of the Wishgiver or the land, because if my opponent makes me discard, I want to discard the land, and I also want to hard cast the Boon of the Wishgiver. But it's really interesting when there is the motivation behind a system, or a motivation behind a particular design in the game, or design in a game. But when the player plays, it feels completely different. Another Luris? Huh. Oh, this is not good. Shit. Bang. Bang. Yeah, my microphone's sneaking in because my little baby cat is poking her head around the corner. So if I do this... I think this is the right play. Bang, 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 bang. welcome. Welcome, Despy the cat. I'm gonna need to move you, sweetie. Okay, whoa, here, whoa. Get out of here. She's actually incredibly sweet. She just doesn't know that yet. It's just not something that she knows. She's a very good cat. She's just not... She doesn't understand it. She doesn't realize it. Anyways. It's really interesting when you think about a system, and there's like, hey, what's the motivation for this versus how does it actually play out? Okay. So, for instance, in Hearthstone, when they were first making the game, you get like 1 mana, and then 2, and then 3, and then 4 for turn 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. And what they found was that the game... They found that the game just kind of felt boring, because on turn 4, if you had a 4-mana creature, you'd play it. On turn 5, if you had a 5-mana creature, you'd play it. So they were trying to find some way to introduce more choices without making it a game where you have to draw your resources. Obviously, everyone who's played Magic has been mana screwed at some point in their life, and it feels terrible. So they wanted to make sure that they had this mana system. So in response to them feeling a little bit like, this game is kind of boring and it doesn't feel very good, they, okay, is that... Well, this feels awfully close. I am the best player of all time. I can't be stopped. This deck is so stupid sometimes. Bonk. So in response to that, the Hearthstone designers added in hero powers. Isn't that interesting? They added in hero powers to try to make the mana curve feel less boring. Now, hero powers don't present as a solution to a problem. They present as something awesome, as something that's super duper cool. Alright, let's close this. Exit game, exit. And then let's move this over here. Use a restroom. One more time. And I think that's really interesting. So I find that there's the theory behind how you make a game, and then there's the theory behind that the players actually experience and where their heads go. Because when I saw hero powers, I was like, holy shit, this thing is so cool. I'll be right back and use the restroom. I'm gonna get some water.